Have you ever considered renting clothing? I'm gonna be totally honest, before this year, the idea had never even entered my mind. So I've talked to y'all about my sisters-in-law before. So I have two brothers and Ross has two brothers, and they are married to four beautiful, smart, incredibly unique women. And each of these ladies brings value to my life in totally different ways. Today, I'm going to be talking about my Alabama sister-in-law. Now, this one I have known the longest. My brother started dating her whenever both of us were in college, and so I feel like we really became adults together. It's incredibly rare for me to go a whole day without speaking to her. And it's been that way for over 20 years. So over the past year or so, she's talked to me a whole lot about this clothing rental service that she does. I hadn't put a whole lot of stock in it, but let me tell you, a girlfriend is absolutely stunning. I'm just saying, like, she is beautiful inside and out. She's super sweet. I just adore her. And she's always dressed impeccably. So the last time that she came to visit, she talked a whole lot about Nuuly. She brought some different things because they had a business meeting and was asking me what she should wear. And I'm like, oh my gosh, where did you get these beautiful clothes? And after their meeting, she came home and we kind of had like a little brainstorming session. Like maybe we should both order a Nuuly, because you can get like the same outfit in like an extra small and a 3X. And we thought we should get the same clothes and see how they varied in those sizes, but it wasn't meant to be because we couldn't get the bag shipped to Texas before they left. So that idea just kind of went to the wayside, and I just hadn't put a whole lot of thought in it since. Well, the month of June has brought me a whole lot of downtime. Y'all may not have realized it because I had videos scheduled, but from like May 30th to basically June 15th, I kind of like lived in bed, laying low, doing a lot of internet research. And so I spent like a good day looking at the various clothing rental services. In all fairness, I was already bent toward Nuuly because I had a review of someone that I really trusted, but I looked at Rent the Runway, Nuuly, and Winnie B. My problem with Rent the Runway, and I have another sister-in-law that uses Rent the Runway and loves it, but my problem with them was that I couldn't find enough that was in my size. It could be that because I was not actually a member, maybe they have more options when you are, but a lot of the clothing that says that it comes in plus size really only goes up to like a 16 or 18. And so that wasn't what I needed. So Winnie B was different. There were plenty of options in my size, but honestly, I was going through page and page and page of things that felt really like basics. And that's not what I wanted in a rental service. What I really wanted in a rental service were things that were more expensive than I might actually purchase, things that I have to put a lot of thought towards purchasing, and then probably like dressier things or things that are more daring, I guess. And Nuuly really hit the mark whenever it came to meeting those objectives. So this video is not sponsored. I used my sister-in-law's code. I got like $20 off or something. I'll put on the screen what I actually got off, and I ordered it. I'm sharing it with you because I thought it was interesting and I thought that you might also. Okay, Meredith, so what the heck is Nuuly? Well, I sure am glad you asked. Let's get into it. So Nuuly is a monthly rental service. It's kind of like a subscription box, but you pay and you have to send everything back. It's owned by the Urban Company, which owns Anthropologie, Free People, Urban Outfitters, and they do bring in some other brands. They've teamed up with Eloquai, but because of that, you will see if you go on the Nuuly website that it's incredibly Anthropologie heavy, and I love that style, so that really made it kind of right for me. Whenever we get to like all the items that are in my Nuuly, I'll let you know what each item is worth. And then they also have a purchase price. Like, so if there is an item that you want to purchase, like say there's something in here that I just absolutely fall in love with, I can buy it at a discount, and the discount varies. I think it looks like it varies based on how long they've had the item, like how many people have rented it, that kind of thing. But the cost is $98. So you're paying basically $100 to get 6 items for you to wear as much as you want that month that you choose, and you do have to send them back. I think that that's kind of steep, and we do need to talk about like whose life this would fit into the best. So that $98 does include like free shipping, free return shipping, free dry cleaning. You don't have to clean the items when they come in. You don't have to clean the items when you send them out. In fact, they actually recommend that you do not clean them, but you can wear them as much as you want during the month. They also say that if you have like minor damage, stains, just send it back. They've got a whole team of people that work on that kind of thing. So if you spill some spaghetti sauce or red wine, essentially you don't really have to worry about it. So that includes 6 items. You can also add up to 4 items in each Nuuly, and each one of those items costs $20. So in theory, if you wanted to get 10 items, you would spend $180 plus tax to get those items in. And where I did have way more than 10 items that I wanted, I decided that we should start with 6 because that felt the most reasonable. As far as sizing goes, they have extra, extra small to 5X, but I will say that the majority of what I found in the plus size only went to 3X. And there were times where an item went to 5X where you would read the reviews, which we're gonna get to. The reviews are where the magic happens. Some of those 5Xs, you get things that say, hey, this really fits much more like a 2X or a 3X. So you have to pay attention to that. I would say that this is ideal size-wise for people who are up to a size 3X, if you're looking for the greatest selection. They also have petite sizes. The petite sizes run from a 00 to an 18. There's not really petite and plus size together, but petite up to an 18 is better than most companies that I review that have no petite options. And a lot of the items that are not petite run super long, which is great for me because I'm 5'10", but absolutely not great for everyone. You can look at the app or the website and browse your size, and then you'll be able to see if it is worth you taking the leap. Because really this is all about you and whether a service like this would fit into your life. Okay, I'm gonna grab my phone and we're gonna go onto the Nuuly app. I'm gonna go view all styles. And what I did was I looked at styles that were in an 18, 20, 22, and 24. I like to be able to see if things are running small or things are running large. I like the option of having that 18 and that 24. And so if I'm looking at things that are available right now to rent, there are 2,594. And it's interesting because like I did this a couple days ago and they were right at 3,000. So it varies widely, but well over 2,500. All right, and then I'm gonna look at view all styles and I wanna see like what's available generally. So whether it's rented out now or not, that's 3618. And so basically there are like over 1,000 things that are out at people's houses right now. What I like about that is that I've gone through a whole lot of it and I have not seen everything that they have to offer in my size, which is pretty outstanding for just about any site. And that's what I'm talking about. It's pretty cool because it feels like the longer I do this, things that I had not even thought about are available. And I don't know if it's the best thing for my life, but we're gonna talk about it. I'm gonna grab an item and see if it's in my size. Okay, I think this one's really pretty. I'm so drawn to these Anthropologie long dresses. Okay, I'm looking at this one right here, this like pink and red, and this one is one that I had in my Nuuly that I ended up narrowing down and nixing basically. And so this is showing me that like right now in plus size, I can get the 1X, 2X, or 3X. It's also available in petite, but the large and extra large are not available currently. This says that based on 134 reviews, that it fits a little bit large. It's just slightly larger than true to size. And then we come to the review section. And y'all, the real heroes of this story are the ladies who leave the picture reviews. I'm a huge advocate of looking at reviews from any site like Amazon. It's a lifesaver because you never know, but I also want to say that on Amazon, I get emails with companies offering to pay me to leave a review. When I get something like that, I immediately turn it into Amazon because I think that that's ruining the landscape of the Amazon reviews. I don't want fake reviews. I pretty much only trust a review on Amazon if I see someone wearing it. I know that all of these reviews are people who have rented, but whenever there's a picture review, that's when I'm paying attention. I like to go through and I can see basically all the sizing. So I want to look for someone who is in a size that's close to mine. So these amazing ladies are on here and they're putting their weight and they're putting their bra size. And both of those things are super helpful. Like here's someone in a 2X. We don't have a picture. She's a 38G, she's 5'5", 235, wears a 2X. She says that it fits true to size. Like all of these that are very close to it fits true to size are exactly what I'm wanting to see. Sometimes I'll go ahead and I'll just decide that I want to see picture reviews. At the very top, I can just click on the picture. I can slide through and at the top here, it's showing me large, small, large petite, medium petite. Here's an extra, extra small. And so I am scrolling through and here we go. I found my 3X. She's showing me her bra size. She's showing me her height. And then let's scroll down. She says that the armpits are enormous, but I'm gonna take that into consideration with the fact that she's 5'5", I'm 5'10". Her enormous armpits may be an asset to me. But see, I think that all of those things and that information is awesome. And so as long as I do Nuuly, which we'll get through and decide if it's worth it for me, I'm going to make sure that I leave photo reviews. And the funny thing is that like there was this one dress that I took a photo of it because it's one that I really liked, even though it looked a little bit more like a winter dress. And there is a lady, and I'm not showing a picture on here because I feel like that might be invading her privacy just a little bit. She's an apple body. She got a 22W and she wears a 42 double D. And she says, order 8 sizes up. And y'all, She's got this dress on and it is open from here to here. And basically she's saying that she normally wears an 18, she tried a 22 and it did not even dream of buttoning. And she ordered as high up as she could based on the comments. And so what I'm trying to tell you is that if these dresses have secrets, the ladies in these reviews have unveiled them for us. The tea has been spilt and you don't even need to spot treat because they'll clean it for you. That was a joke about the cleaning. I had a painful time narrowing this down to 6, but not quite painful enough to spend an extra $80, and I think we need to see what I got. My sister-in-law had some like tips for success, and it was funny because my brother was like, don't tell her, you're gonna end up ruining your amazing experience. But her tips, which are incredibly awesome tips, were things that are going to help everyone, but not ruin her experience. I think they'll work for everyone, but like where it works for you is not going to affect where it's going to work for her or where it's going to work for me. So the first thing is like, look at your month and see, do I have a graduation party? Do I have a baby shower? Do I have a tea or a luncheon? Or am I basically just going to work, just staying home, and try and find items that will meet those events? She also is a huge advocate of getting things that don't have many reviews because those items are more likely to be new items. Now, I did not follow that tip because I wanted to have the help of my fellow plus size ladies guide me to which size I needed in which items. That said, I think I pretty much got a 3X in all of them because I was scared. I kind of hover between a 2X and 3X. I've literally never worn a dress by Anthropologie, and I think that at least 3 of these are Anthropologie dresses. So I wanted to err on the side of like, I didn't want to pay $100 for nothing that's gonna fit this month. Let's see. Okay, this one I'm so excited about. It is absolutely not practical. This one's by Tyler McGillivary and it is so cool. I have nowhere that I would wear this. I don't even know if it's gonna fit. It's incredibly body contouring, but it looks like a butterfly and I'm in love. The heart wants what the heart wants. Look, it's like a one shoulder little flutter, and then look at the bottom. It is a swallowtail butterfly. Right now, spring is in full bloom. If I look out, I am absolutely going to see butterflies in my yard. I'm not the gardener, my husband is the gardener, but he makes sure that we have all kinds of butterfly plants out here. Late spring and early summer are magical. But look, so it's got like the swallowtail tail on the side. I don't know, I'm gonna have to try it on, but I think that maybe if I wore something to cover my top, I don't know. I'm gonna stop prejudging and just do it. Okay, so I just needed this dress because I thought it would make me happy, and it does. So success, but where could I wear it? If you have an idea, please let me know. I mean, it is very, very body contouring. This is a 3X. It's very body contouring. And this, oh my goodness, it was initially pulled up whenever I first put it on to where it was like up to here. And no thank you. But I do think that it's really neat. I honestly thought that it would be maybe a little bit more saturated. What do you think, baby? What do you think? She thinks that she would like to play with this toy over here. What is it? What is it? Lulu thinks that this one is beautiful. I thought that it would be a little bit more saturated. The only place that I can really think of wearing this is that we have the HMNS, which is like the Houston Museum of Natural Science, and they have their Friends of HMNS gala every year. This would be an amazing dress to wear to something like that, to a museum, maybe even like an art museum. I think that because of the lack of shoulder, if it was like a daytime type thing, I might want to have some kind of cardigan or something that would go over it. It is definitely a fashion piece. Now, I don't know if I talked about the makeup. This is all polyester, and it does feel like that. The material itself does feel cheaper. It's just serged around the ends. So it is one piece of fabric, but I do think that that does give like this end a very fluttery effect. I think that if you weighed it down too much, it would not have that same feel. Because of that, if you got this, you would need to wear light colored underwear because you will absolutely see through this light yellow. Let me walk to you. And back. I think that she did an excellent job having the flutter sleeve and having the wing. It really does make me feel like the silhouette of a butterfly, how you have the larger end and then you have the body over here. And so all in all, this is a beautifully designed dress. Impractical? Maybe. Do I love it? Absolutely. But I won't be purchasing it. Now, if I do have something like this in the future, I could absolutely see me re-renting it. Okay, you know something that I didn't touch on is that these boxes are what they ship in. It's like a zippered bag, right? And it's just zipped. Like there's nothing keeping people from opening it anywhere between the Nuuly office and me. But yeah, that's, that is one thing that's kind of jarring to me, but I do love how sustainable the shipping is. There's no plastic, there's no paper in here. They send you, like in this little zipper pocket, my return thing, I just slap it on there and I go drop it off. This is shipped 3-day through UPS. I'm gonna save this one till the end because this is the actual reason that I got this. Now, because they are like wrapped up and folded in here, that can cause a little bit of wrinkling. Like one of the major things that you definitely need is a good steamer or an iron if you're using this service, because like, look at this one, this beautiful embroidered eyelet. This is an Anthropologie and it needs some major wrinkle care. I'm gonna try these on without steaming them so that you get a good view of how these are coming in, because you are renting them, they are cleaned, you're not doing any laundering, but you are gonna need to probably steam. This fits my white and blue obsession. Like the white is cotton and then the blue is all cut work embroidery, and I absolutely adore it. Oh my gosh. All right, let me see. When I am going in and renting, I can look at the materials and see what they're made of. Because it's summer, I thought it'd be nice, since these are kind of heavier dresses, to have a lot of true cotton pieces. They're not all cotton. Yeah, so the shell is 100% cotton and then the lining is 100% rayon. This is another Anthropologie. This is the Somerset. It's like a special embroidered version, and this is for sale at the store right now. I've seen some reviews that basically said a lot of these are older Anthropologie, and like this one that I am looking at is like a Farm Rio, and it is older, but it's almost impossible to find. And so I can really appreciate that. If you want to get all new arrivals, you absolutely can. I just wanted to get things that I liked, because that's really how I look at fashion. I want to put things on my body that make me feel good. Oh, that butterfly dress. I'm gonna put it on the screen, but I didn't say it out loud. The retail price is $255. And if you wanted to purchase this one, like if I wanted to keep it at home right now, I would get a 46% discount, and that would be $137.69. And then this guy, this is the Somerset Maxi Eyelet Edition. This one brand new is $228. If I decided that I wanted to keep this one, I get $56 off, and it would be $100.32 for me to keep. This one I absolutely loved. I really thought that I would whenever I saw it. In fact, it kept going in my cart and out of my cart and in my cart and out of my cart. And we are going to the country this weekend to see my in-laws. I do think that this is the perfect dress for that kind of setting. It's super lightweight, even though there is a lot to it. Like this fabric is heavier than I thought it would be, and it's lined basically all the way down. Now it does need a steaming. Typically, whenever I get clothing in, I steam it before I show it to you, but I really wanted to show it to you the way that it comes. I could also see like it going in the wash, and you have to steam the heck out of these sleeves to make it look really nice, because around all that embroidery, it's gonna pucker up. It has a super low bust line. There's a little hook and eye in here, 2 of them, and it would actually come all the way down to here if you wanted. I would probably, if I kept this dress, add a 3rd one so I could wear it to the office, because I don't know if I think that that's too low. I'm gonna have to watch back and see, but it would absolutely work in my office. It's super casual and breezy. It has pockets. I honestly love everything about this dress. I think that what this means is that I need to get in touch with Anthropologie and I need to work with them, because I love this one and I can tell them, and I love the others. All right, so this is the only one that I got in a 2X, and it's because there were quite a few reviews that said that they were having trouble with it staying up without being pinned. This is the strapless pleated column dress by Anthropologie. I absolutely love the color. I love the picture online. I thought that the way that they took this extra fabric and folded it over made it look just like fun and mysterious. It feels like absolute tropics. And then in the reviews, there was someone who said that they got compliments everywhere they went, and that someone had told them that it was the epitome of summer, and I absolutely agree. It just looks like you are the fanciest person at the beach resort. I think that I'm gonna have to wear this to the pool. It does have like these, I don't know, spaghetti-ish straps that are totally optional. They're just on little hooks inside. I don't think that I love the feel of the fabric. Like the fabric is that, let me see what it is. You see, it's almost silky, and it has the lines. Honestly, whenever I opened it up, I was kind of shocked that it was Anthropologie. This says it's 100% viscose, which I think is interesting. I would have 100% said that this was polyester and not one of my favorite kind of polyesters, just by feel alone. It does have a zipper back, and I think that we are gonna try this baby on. Okay, so I think I've told you before, my brother-in-law is like a tiki aficionado. He is His whole backyard is like tiki heaven. This would be so perfect out there, but I would not pay $188 for it. It's just because of the material. It just does not feel luxurious to me. Because this is very much a vacation print, I think you could get a lot on this and you could probably get it cleaned up very well. But of the ones I've tried on so far, it's my least favorite. And whenever I pulled it out of the bag, it was the one that I was the least excited about, even though I do think it's actually pretty practical. It does come incredibly wrinkly, even for a brand new piece. If I do end up wearing this, I'll take the tags off, and then if I don't, I'm gonna send the tags back, then the next person will get just a barely tried on new garment. But it does have a lot of good flow. The fabric is nice and lightweight. I just don't love the shine in the lines. So I just put the spaghetti straps on. I'm not afraid of strapless. It's not falling down on me, but I do think the straps are a nice addition. In all honesty, I like the way it feels on my body. I just don't love the way it feels to my hands. You cannot win them all. And luckily, I just rented this dress and it's not staying here. All right, this is the Anthropologie Odetta dress, and I just thought that this one was absolutely lovely. I love this green. It looks like it comes a little bit low cut for me. It has this chiffon on the outside, and then the sleeves are completely sheer. I think I could wear this to work if I pinned the center a little bit, but we'll see once it goes on. It has an elastic waist. It looks like it's really just about floor length. I think that the print is gorgeous. I really don't have enough in this like mint green, and it just felt summery and dreamy to me. I don't know how warm it's going to feel because it does have long sleeves, but again, those sleeves are sheer. So interesting. It says the shell is 99% viscose and 1% metallic because it has that little metallic thread running through it. And then the lining is completely modal. And look, y'all, I see that they even did the little crochet end on the edge of the lining. Like those little details are something that I think that Anthropologie does a fantastic job with. It's just a dreamy dress. So I got the Odetta in a 3X. It's originally $248. It's on sale for 56% off if I wanted to keep this one, and that brings it down to $109. Okay, I think this one is beautiful and dreamy, but it runs so incredibly large. I would be so afraid that it would fall off of a shoulder and expose an entire half of my brassiere. But I love this color. Let me show you the back. It has the same kind of dramatic V back there. It's like just flowy and romantic, and I love it. But I think that if I'm gonna get another Odette, it's going to have to be a size 2X. I'm gonna give you a little bit of picture of the flow. This one just screams early spring, summer. I don't think I would be too hot in these sleeves, even though they're long. And then she does have really nice ample pocket as well. If I was wearing this to the office, I would definitely put a pin in it. Pretty. All right, I keep wanting to grab my blue, but I'm not doing it. I'm saving like my imagined best for last, okay? This one is by Let Me Be, which is sold by Anthropologie also, and it is new with tag. Okay, so this one is $128. It has that on my little Nuuly tag. It's a 3X, and it's new with tags, and those, of course, get the smallest discount. It gets a 16% discount. That brings it down to $107.52. And I looked all over the internet to see if I could find comparables on this, and I absolutely couldn't. This looks like the perfect dress for a baby shower or a ladies' tea. It's just like romantic and fanciful and fancy. I really like the way that this looks, and I hope that it does good things on, because sometimes I think that these that have a whole lot of tulle and fluff are a little more additive than I would like. But the only way to find out is to try it on. I am in love. This is so feminine and so flouncy. I think that it's perfect. The funny thing is I had a baby shower about a month and a half ago, and had I been on the ball and ordered just a little bit earlier, then I could have worn this little beauty. I did find something that I thought was fantastic though, so it's okay. But look at the way she moves. Like, I think sometimes it's fun to just wear something that kind of emits femininity, and this absolutely does it for me. It is really a peach. I was thinking that it was kind of a pink, but I would call it peach, and then it has a lot of blues and greens. We are looking at going to high tea at the St. Regis sometime soon. I think that this would be a wonderful one to wear there. We need to get on the ball before this bad boy's due back. There's maybe an extra like inch or inch and a half at the waist, but I think that if I did size down, it would probably go on, but it'd be too tight. This is the right size for this. And then the gathering in the bust is almost like pleats, but it's not. They're a little more chaotic aesthetic, which I think kind of adds to the beauty. And then the waistline just has an incredibly tight gather that ends up making there be so much extra fabric down here. There are multiple layers of this. We've got this really, really beautiful lightweight chiffon on the outside, and then we have the tulle layer that gives it kind of a petticoat, and then we have this nice peachy that's kind of caught up a little bit lining down here. The whole thing coming together just makes it lightweight, dreamy, and practically perfect in every way. Okay, so when I first started my YouTube channel, I followed a lot of people who did unboxings of different things, especially clothing unboxings. And one person that I really liked was the Pink Envelope. She lives in Texas, and we don't look anything alike, and a lot of like sizes don't really translate, but I loved her energy. She always felt like I was kind of talking to a friend. And one day she opened this Farm Rio dress. It was this one, and I loved it on her. Well, I went to the Farm Rio website and they did not have a plus size selection at all. Like there was no option. And so I just totally thought, oh, well, that's sad. It is what it is. So whenever I started looking at Nuuly, I saw this. And let me tell you, this is literally what made me decide to subscribe. Was this dress. It turns out that Farm Rio does sell some plus sizes, but only through Anthropologie. So there has to be some kind of link there. I have not looked into it deeply, but it brought me such incredible joy. It does say Farm for Anthropologie at Farm Rio. Yeah. All right, so this dress right here is not one that you can find online anymore. It's kind of a Farm Rio classic in my brain. I don't know if it is in anyone else's, but I will tell you that in the reviews, especially for a lot of the plus size gals, there were so many people that were like, I love this and I kept it. I love this and I kept it. I love this and I kept it. And the ladies who were wearing it looked absolutely gorgeous in every size that I looked at it in. There were beauties in size 2s, there were beauties in size 10s, there were beauties in size 22s. I love them all. And I really, really hope that this dress is everything that I think it's going to be. So this is the Flounce Embroidered Maxi by Farm Rio. Ooh, this one has the best discount. It is originally $320. I got this one in a size 3X. They say that Farm Rio does run a little bit small, which is good to know. So if it doesn't fit, we're going to be okay. But it's 67% off if I decided I wanted to keep this one, bringing it to $105.60. So without further ado, actually, let me tell you what it's made of and then we're gonna try it on. I'm too excited. Farm Rio is made in India. It's 55% linen, 45% viscose. Here we go. Okay, honest opinion, did I save the best for last? I have wanted this Farm Rio dress for such a long time. I really, really love this. It's a little bit heavy for summer. It's a linen, so it does have a lot of weight to it. But the interesting thing is like there are pineapples on it, so it does feel very summer. So those two things are kind of fighting for me. Look at the way that this moves. I think that it just fits beautifully. And I think that I'm gonna be hard pressed to send this one back. I'd love to know your thoughts on all of them, but I would particularly love to know your thoughts on this one. Who is Nuuly right for? Honestly, I think Nuuly is right for whoever the heck wants it. You do you, sister. That is my opinion across the board from every brand, for every piece of clothes, for every piece of fashion advice and what's in and etc. Like if you like it, you do it. But like looking at it practically, I'm probably not the ideal client for Nuuly. I fit the size range, I like really nice things, but I have so much clothing flowing in my house all the time that having a rental service is really not exactly what I need. I do really like these clothes though, and they are higher end than the vast majority of anything that comes in. So I'm probably going to use it this month, pause it, and then pick it back up again in a couple months and do it like that so that I can have it every so often, but I definitely do not need something like this every month. That said, I really, really love the Anthropologie vibes and I'd really like another month so that I can get the sizing totally right. But I didn't really answer the question on like who Nuuly is right for and what makes it right for my sister-in-law. So she likes to have kind of a smaller wardrobe, like a core wardrobe, and to have a Nuuly come in and spice it up. Like she likes to have all of the basic pants, all of the basic tops, some really nice blouses, but for whenever she's having a business meeting, she leads a volunteer organization. She does a lot with her kids' sports and schools. And so she likes to have something new and fashionable and that gets attention. And she says it curbs her appetite for purchasing new clothes. So it's sustainable and you're always wearing something new to you. sometimes something new, period. 2 of these items had their tags on them. I also think that you might be more daring with your wardrobe choices if it's not something that you have to put in your closet. A lot of times whenever I'm buying a dress for like a baby shower or as like a wedding guest, I'm thinking of something that's going to work for a lot of different events, as opposed to I'm looking specifically targeted at this one butterfly themed tea party baby shower. You can be a little bit more honed, you can be a little bit more daring in that one outfit or event choice. So I would love to know your thoughts on rented clothing. Do you like the idea? Do you think it's wasteful? Do you think that it's really practical and it might save you money in the long term? I don't know that I've really completely committed to what my thoughts are on it, but I do know that I am gonna enjoy this month and I am going to do it again. If you do wanna try Nuuly, I'm gonna put my referral code in the bottom. Like I said, I'm not affiliated with them at all. They don't know who I am except for a subscriber. I'll let you know what that will get you. It'll probably get me the same thing. I think it gives me $10 off or something, and it can be used like 12 times in a year. This is like a totally different kind of subscription, and I like bringing different stuff on here. If you've enjoyed this video, please consider letting me know down in the comments. I would love it if you give me a thumbs up. If you are not subscribed but like fashion content on subscription boxes, plus size fashion, anything that I'm putting on my body that I want to tell you about, I would love it if you would subscribe to my channel. I hope that you have a day as awesome as you are, and I will see you in the next one. 'Cause you know